Vice President Kamala Harris raised eyebrows with a visit to Nashville, Tennessee after two black Democrat lawmakers were kicked out of the House. It came more than a week after the Christian school shooting in which a transgender shooter murdered 3 children, aged 9, and 3 adults, but the vice president took no time to visit those families. Kamala Harris will be visiting Nashville today to push for gun control and meet with 2 Democratic lawmakers who were expelled for holding an unlawful protest inside the state capitol. She will not be visiting the families of the Nashville shootings, former transgender activist Ollie London said. She will not be holding a vigil. She will not be attending any of their funerals. She will not be doing anything whatsoever for the local community as they mourn the loss of the 6 victims, London said. Nashville, Kamala Harris blames the Covenant school shooting on gun violence, London said before quoting Harris. They were murdered senselessly due to gun violence. This is despite the fact this attack was a targeted hate crime by a violent trans person against the Christian community and was not a random act of gun violence, it was a targeted, planned anti-Christian hate crime. The VP used the remainder of her speech to push for gun control while paying tribute repeatedly to the 3 Democrat lawmakers who were expelled from the Tennessee House for an unlawful and disruptive gun control protest inside the Capitol building, London said. Instead of meeting the families of the Covenant school victims, Kamala Harris is going to Nashville today to push for gun control and meet the insurrectionists who were expelled from the legislature. Total scumbag, Ryan Fournier said. Kamala Harris chose to come to Nashville after we expelled race baiters and one of them assaulted a congressman. She chose to come for them but not for the children that were murdered by a transsexual for attending a Christian school. Fake blacks care about narratives and not people, political commentator Dom Luker, who is black himself, said. Kamala Harris came to Nashville to meet the Tennessee 3, but we need to show her the 6 victims of the Covenant shooting that Tennessee actually stands with. Why do Democrats tell people that they are victims but ignore the real ones, he said. How odd. Kamala Harris can go to Nashville, Tennessee over a couple of people who created a ruckus on the House floor and were expelled but can't go to comfort the families of those killed last week at a church school shooting, another Twitter user said. Kamala Harris speaking in Nashville just blamed gun violence instead of the trans shooter for murdering 6 Christians at Covenant School. Harris isn't going to visit with the families of the victims. She's shameless, another said. That poor excuse of a human, poor excuse of a woman and fake VP didn't go to one funeral for the Nashville victims murdered by a trans killer, didn't call or see the families and just does not care. Biden and Harris are criminals and complete trash, another Twitter user said. CNN reported. In an extraordinary, emotionally charged session marked by tense exchanges and punctuated by boos and chants from onlookers, Tennessee's Republican-controlled House of Representatives voted to expel 2 black lawmakers, but failed to oust a 3rd representative, a week after the 3 Democrats led a gun reform protest in the chamber. The crowd in the gallery erupted in boos and chants following both expulsions and loud cheers when the vote count turned up just short in the bid to oust Representative Gloria Johnson. The session lasted 7 hours. The vote overrules violations for Representative Justin Jones split along party lines 72-25, while the vote in Representative Justin Pearson's case was 69-26. Johnson's vote was 65-30. Expulsion from the House requires a 2/3 majority of the total membership. Protesters upset with inaction on gun violence reform after a deadly mass shooting at a Nashville school again flooded the state capitol on Thursday as the session to vote on the expulsions, a step the state house has taken only twice since the 1860s, was to begin.